In my previous rant style of Anything Goes by Mac Smith, I was talking about why we should stand up and fight back. Because of the famous words of Bernie Sanders, it's not about me, it's about all of us. And the famous words of Bob Marley, we got to stand up for our rights, people. We got to make sure that they know that they don't have the power. Oh, they got all this money. Big freaking whoop-de-doo, people. Big freaking whoop-de-doo. They got money. They got all the power. Look, they got all this. This is what they have, man. This is the power, man. Money, no. Remember, we just put a value on this, 5, 10, a nickel. So that's my previous video. And this one, I'm going to tell you what I see the differences between Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden and how they're handling themselves during this crisis and before this crisis and during this whole primary process. So the way I see Bernie Sanders handling himself during the whole primary process and during the crisis right now is he's very humble. He's very concerned about people and what they're going through. He's very concerned about people's lives. He wants people to be safe. He'd rather have people be safe than be voting. Whether young or old people who are 18 to 67 are eligible for voting. So that's what Bernie Sanders is. He's about being safe with people. Then there's Joe Biden, who's been MIA during this crisis, who wants to wrap things up. Says, oh no, we're done. I'm already in the lead, man. See, the people, they've spoken, they want me. No, not everyone has had the chance to speak, man. Less than half the country still has the chance to vote, and they deserve the opportunity to vote, man. And who knows, it could swing all the way to Bernie, which I think it should. That's just my opinion, man. And he's very arrogant, man. Even when he does talk about before the crisis, man, when he was winning, when it looks like he was in the lead, man, and he's like, oh yeah, look, see the people, they want me. Oh, I'm very smug. Reverse hands like, I understand that things are difficult, but I also want people to be safe. He's very humble. Where Joe Biden is the exact opposite of humble. He's arrogant. It's like, hey, see, apparently people like me better than like Bernie, man. I'm the one. I'm the best guy for the job. I'm the one that could do it. No, that's arrogant and pig-headedness, and he's just full of himself. So there are my thoughts on the differences between the two of them and how they're handling themselves during this primary and during this crisis. Joe Biden is fumbling around trying to figure stuff out, where Bernie Sanders was on the ball, got things rolling, was able to put live streaming out there and get information out to his supporters and organize to fundraisers for organizations, man, who need funding right now to help combat this crisis. And organizing, bringing people together. That's what he's doing. He's bringing people together. Joe Biden's like, let's wrap things up. We're done. Well, let's just let me just be the nominee. Or Bernie's like, no, now's not the time to worry about your ego, Joe. Now's not the time to worry about who is in the lead and not in the lead. Now's the time to bring people together, and that's what he's doing, man. Bernie Sanders is still bringing people together. So when I say we just have to fight, man, we need to do that even harder and more, people. Get outside petitions. Get out there. Say, hey, we are behind you, Bernie. We're behind other progressives, man. We're behind you. We need to stand up and say, hey, you will not bring us down, Biden. So there's my rant. There's my differences on that. And as far as policies, Joe Biden just recycles everything. Oh, I'll just go back and do stuff that we did back when I was vice president under Obama. I'll re-put back in place the prep teams to deal with crisis like Corona or another one, whatever it might be down the road. And we'll go back things back the way they were when I was in office, when I was VP. Seriously? You can't afford to go back to that way. People will vote for Trump then. Or stay at home. That's what we're facing here, man. That's what we're facing here in November. Is you are literally going to make people stay at home. Because this point in time, if there's not another option, man, Guess what? People are not. Oh, you can tell people all you want, man. Go vote for Joe, man. Because then at least we can fight against him. Really? No, people. Time to fight is now, not when Joe's in office or if Trump's in office again. No, the time to fight and organize is today, now, this moment. Tomorrow, every day after that, is to fight, and stand up for our rights, people. Not later, now. The time is now. So, we know Bernie Sanders, man. He wants to move forward. He wants to put things in place to make where big corporations cannot take advantage of us, cannot take advantage of things, and put Medicare and all in place, put living wages in place, make sure healthcare comes first, childcare, and workers come first, man. Not the corporations, but workers. Because guess what? Big corporations will survive this. They've survived, they survived the Great Depression, big corporations. They survived the recession. They've survived up and down in the stock market before, so they will survive this. So there are my thoughts. That's where I'm at. I want to know where you're at. Leave comments in the comment section down below and take one of my polls. Do you think Bernie Sanders is handling himself very well during this crisis and showing true leadership? Do you think Joe Biden is doing a good job during this crisis and showing true leadership? Or do you think Donald Trump is doing a good job of showing true leadership in this time of crisis? So there are my thoughts. I'm going to end this video with one more call to action. If you haven't voted, vote, and vote progressive, man. Because now is not the time to just play it safe, people. Because see what happens when we're playing it safe, man. They're like, oh, see, I'm winning. And they get so full of themselves and say, oh, I'm going to win the presidency. No, you are not guaranteed, people. He's not guaranteed, so stand up and fight now. And now, before I put up my end screen, I'm going to leave you with two clips of a Bernie Sanders interview from CNN and a interview from Joe Biden. And you really will see the arrogance, man, that he has about himself, and the humbleness that Bernie Sanders has, and he still has. And also go watch things that he's put out, press videos and stuff that Biden's put out and that Bernie's put out. You will see a stark difference, man, of who's calm, collective, and is on the ball, on point, and knows how to handle himself in a situation, in a crisis. I mean, this guy had family that died in World War II. So he should know a thing or two about a crisis, man. Hey, goodbye for now. This is Max Smith or Tom Phil, whichever one you prefer. This has been another rant edition of Anything Goes on the Objective Journalism channel by me.
Senator Sanders, to Americans who say they can't afford to have the stimulus bill delayed any further, they want you, your colleagues to vote, send it to the president for approval. What do you say?
I agree. I want this thing passed as soon as possible. What happened is Senator Graham and some other Republicans, they are just terribly upset.
Vice President, thanks for sticking with us. To state the obvious, older people are more adversely affected by the coronavirus than younger people. You're 77 years old. How have you been adjusting to the threat from this virus? What have you been doing to keep yourself safe?
Well, I've been following the recommendation of our governor, and I've been staying in place, not going out, not gathering at events. And the good news is that, thank God, at least what I've been told.